Hello again, good friends. Welcome new subscribers. I'm Brian from Apex Detail. Today we're going to take a look at Meguiar's hybrid ceramic wax. This falls in the same family or category as Geon Wet Coat or McKee's SiO2 and many more I've covered here on the channel. A simple, user-friendly, cut and dry application. So let's dive right into it. The Meguiar's hybrid ceramic wax, 26 ounces for $15. A simple spray-on, rinse-off after your car has been washed properly, clayed, decontaminated, whatever your wash routine is. Spray on while the car is still wet, wash off with a hose or a power washer. And down here you're going to see for initial application, skip step 4, which is the second rinse. Apply it after you have washed your car and dry with a microfiber drying towel. The rover here has been washed, clayed, decontaminated. It's ready for a little bit of protection. We're going to use the Meguiar's hybrid ceramic wax. You can, if you're pressed for time, just spray it on after washed, rinse it off. But the initial application, I want to show you a technique that'll give you the most out of the product. Takes a little bit longer, so if you do have the time, I would recommend using it this way for the initial use, the initial layer or the base coat. I've been playing around with the product and this seems to get me the most durability out of that layer. After the first layer, after the foundation coat, you can just simply spray on, rinse off after a wash with no touch whatsoever. I use a microfiber application pad. You can run it under the sink. I just use this spray bottle here, get it damp. You don't want it soaking wet, that it's dripping out, and you have to wring it. Just a little bit of dampness. Okay, so we grab the ceramic wax, and I'll put one little dot right on the center of the application pad. It's a user-friendly product. It has a great scent to it. It smells like blueberries. So what we'll do is I'll do a 3x3 area and just spread the product out, and this way I know that I have the product spread perfectly even across each panel. And then I'll just take a microfiber and buff off. And you'll see there is no streaking this way whatsoever. It buffs off quick and easy. This will not take you long to get around the car. This gives you the first foundation, the first application. Gives it the best bond. It gives it a nice level, even bond across each panel around the whole car. Then after this first foundation application, then use it as it's intended. Obviously, the bottle tells you just to spray it on and rinse it off for first application. Spray it on after your wash. Spray the product on, and then take a microfiber and dry. And then from then on, you can spray it on after a wash while it's wet and then rinse immediately after. This way here will give you the most durability. You'll get the most out of the product for the foundation layer. Just continue on around the car, all surfaces, do a 3x3 section. Don't let it dry. Buff it off immediately like I showed you there. And wetting the pad is key because I believe moisture activates the nanoceramic within, just like it does in QP-On, helps it activate and bond to the surface. So do not apply it just completely dry. Dampen the towel, dampen your pad, and apply it like that. Another thing you're going to notice is the container, 26 ounces, will last you a long time doing it that way. I know the other way is quicker and it's not intended to be done this way, but you go through that bottle quickly if you're spraying down a whole car, 2 or 3, even if it's 2 or 3 sprays per panel, it goes very quick. This way here you can get a big bang out of the buck and save a lot of the product for many uses down the road. Besides clear coat, you can use the product to condition and protect windows, trim, plastic, chrome, aluminum, wheels, headlights, taillights, anything you see on the outside of the car. Okay, Meguiar's hybrid ceramic wax is applied to absolutely everything. Plastic pillars, mirror, running boards, wheels, trim. The paint looks fantastic. The base coat is down. So from now on, you could use it as the bottle indicates. Like I said, this is only something you could try for yourself. If you want to get the most out of the product, the most protection, the best durability, and again, the vehicle looks fantastic and it's protected. I used it on the glass as well. Now, I did want to get you a chance to see the product in use as intended. So this wheel has been washed. It's now rinsed. So we're going to spray the product on the wet wheel, which has no protection at all, and we'll rinse it off. In order for me to get a nice even coat around the wheel, it took several squirts of the product. And you can just imagine going around a whole car how much of the product you'll use. And definitely don't get me wrong, I have no qualm with the product at all. I absolutely loved it. I just found a different way to use it and get the most out of the product. Rinses right off, no problem. Rinses off easily, even with the standard garden hose and handle. From there, use forced air or grab your microfiber drying towel. Dry completely so there's no droplets of water to leave any type of spots behind, and your wheel is nice and shiny and protected. I have found that a drying towel, microfiber drying towel, compared to forced air works better. It massages the product, makes sure there's no high spots whatsoever. And you're done. Let's see what this product does when you lay it down on a little area on a test panel. We'll get some masking tape, we'll mask off a little section, we'll lay down the product, remove the tape, see if it has changed the look of the surface. Did it make it glossy, darker, richer, and then we'll test protection a little bit. If this was your car, it would have been washed, clayed, decontaminated. I'm going to use an IP solution on this panel just to make sure that the surface is naked and ready for protection. Alright, so for the sake of staying in the shop on this cold day, we're not going to apply it doing the rinse, the spray and rinse. We'll apply it like we did on the Range Rover by hand with a microfiber pad. And this also ensures us nice, even, perfect cover on that test area. Okay, there is really no cure time with a product like this. However, we'll let it sit for an hour or two. We'll remove the tape, take a look, and maybe even beat up the ceramic wax a little bit. Okay, I'll remove the masking tape and I'll bring you guys in for a look, and we'll see if it's changed the appearance of this little test area at all. Okay, I'm not sure if it's going to pick it up at all, but I can see here the edges, and it just looks a little bit glossier on the inside of these lines, of these edges. I'll leave that up to you guys. I brought my shop light in a little bit closer. Hopefully that'll help you see the lines a little bit. All right, next we'll see how the product protects the area or the surface you apply it to. Okay, I'm not sure if you're picking it up, but you can see the definite outline or the border of the edges of this little test area, and inside it, you can see outside the beading compared to inside. A little bit of a difference here. Over here will be a better angle. Bit of a difference. Definitely some form of protection. All right, we're not going to go crazy here, but first we'll come in with a triple threat. This is a traffic film remover, ferrous metal remover, and a shampoo, all in one here. Well, there's still some protection. You can easily see the outline of the test area. There's some beading inside the test area. How about next we see if it comes off with just a regular IP solution at 25%. Before I wipe this off, I just wanted to let you see that there is indeed some protection there still remaining. You can see the outline and the test area, a different shade of red as well. Okay, I could still see the outline, maybe a little bit harder to pick up here, but there is definitely still some protection there. So we're not going to go crazy here. I'll put it up against Geon Wet side by side on the test panel in a future video, but the stuff looks good. It doesn't drastically change the surface that you're applying to visually, but there is very decent protection laid down. It's easy to apply. You can spray it on, just rinse it off. If you want to get more out of the product, you can do what we did at the beginning of the video and apply it by hand with a microfiber. There is no smearing that way. It's not intended to be applied that way. I just wanted to let you know that. It's just something I've found working with the product, that when you lay that base coat or that first layer down, and then you can go on from there and just spray on and rinse it off as usual. But the base coat, applying it by hand, will give you nice level, even coverage throughout the whole vehicle. Every surface, painted surfaces, plastic, rubber, whatever, and then just use it normally from there. Just a little tip for you. You don't have to do it that way, but I just want to let you know how I got it to work. Very good for me. Alright guys, the Meguiar's Hybrid Ceramic Wax, another quick, easy, user-friendly way to protect your car. If you lay down the foundation coat, as I showed you at the beginning of the video, you're going to get the most out of the product. Then you can just continue on spraying on, rinsing off with a hose or a power washer, and then drying with a microfiber drying towel or leaf blower, forced air, whatever you use. Brian from Apex Detail. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Catch you in the next video.